Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Successful Spiritual Entrepreneur Training. Today, we are going to talk about working confidently with high-end clients. I talk to so many people who want to work with high-end clients, and then they feel intimidated. And I am here to put all that to bed, put it to rest. Every single one of you, without exception, could be working with high-end clients today. First of all, those who are just joining us for the first time today, I am Eva Gregory. I am the founder of the Successful Spiritual Entrepreneur Group and the founder of the Enlightened Business Success Academy, where I help coaches, healers, holistic practitioners, experts, and spiritual entrepreneurs worldwide scale to six figures and beyond by integrating inner guidance with the proven practical business strategies that are working today, even in an ever-changing market. And today we are going to talk about working confidently with high-level clients. I see a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs holding themselves back from working with high-end clients because they question what value they could possibly have if they're not at the same level as these potential clients. Or maybe they're intimidated because these clients make more money than they do, or they seem more successful, yada, 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 yada. That is called your gremlin, okay? And those are all stories. They are just stories. My clients have included internationally known authors, well-known CEOs, celebrities who are far more successful, certainly in the reach that they have and in the money they're making than I am at what I do. So even though they are, it doesn't mean that I don't have something that they are looking for. I can help them. I don't need to help them make money. I need to help them. Most of the time it's with their energy or inner guidance, right? And they can be making the mega millions and I still have value, as do you. Okay. So if you're carrying a similar story as to why you think you can't work with high-end clients, I'm going to encourage you today to think again and change that story. None of that matters. And I want to share with you why that is so that you are loud and proud about what you do and you can show up in your power and you can serve and you can support your clients from your true genius. That includes working with high-end clients. They don't have your genius. Get this? They don't have your genius. And so the thing that you've got to get over is this story that you're not good enough to be working with someone that's more successful or more well-known than you are, okay? And that requires a mindset shift. And that's a shift you have to make within yourself. And then you make that shift in your messaging and your positioning. But before anything, you got to shift your mindset around what you think is possible. Otherwise, what can happen, and what happened to me, was that I was approached by a well-known speaker who was considering working with me. And we set up the initial one-on-one call. And then I did what a lot of coaches or spiritual entrepreneurs do. And I went from this powerful coach, confident in my abilities, to feeling like this obscure nobody, out of my element and in the midst of someone I was putting on a pedestal. I was feeling completely out of my league. Anyone relate? Oh my goodness, because if you do, I want you to get rid of that story once and for all. Because I had the story that if someone was so well known in the industry, making multiple millions of dollars a year, speaking, they couldn't possibly get any value from somebody like me who hadn't even hit the seven-figure mark yet. The next time it happened, I had been invited by a CEO to fly down to meet with his team. I flew down to San Diego where they were meeting at the time, and I was blown away when I walked into this massive conference room. Huge. I mean, the freaking conference room table itself felt like it was the size of a football field, right? And it had these beautiful high ceilings and floor to ceiling windows looking out on this waterway and all of these mega $1 million yachts that were docked out there. Holy guacamole. And it was like something inside me just started to shrink. It just started to shrink. And if you've had that kind of experience, I hear you, sister. I hear you, brother. Okay. And if you have, let me know in the comments. By the way, whether you are here live or whether you are catching the replay, I always come back and check on the comments. So if you've got questions or you're interacting with me here, please do. It's what feeds my soul, even if when I have to come back and catch some of you on the replay, because I get your energy. Okay. So it's like, everything we know, everything we felt about our ability to help others, your belief in your gifts and your talents. It feels like all of that goes out of the window all of a sudden, right? And so if you have experienced this, I am just here to tell you, you are not alone. You absolutely are not alone. That's for sure. So what causes us to suddenly feel intimidated and start to question our value? Well, this is what we're going to talk about today, so you can get over those stories and allow yourselves and your gifts and your talents and your genius to shine. The first thing you've got to remember is that at the end of the day, we are all human beings, every single one of us, imperfect human beings at that. And so you want to forget someone's financial status. You've got to forget their level of celebrity or their years of experience or their credentials. And remember, we are all in this together. We are all imperfect human beings. You may not even realize it at the time when you were idealizing, get it out, Eva, that when you're idealizing somebody, that's when we're putting them on a pedestal, right? It's an illusory pedestal, okay? What happens is we're actually projecting attributes and characteristics about some of these people that they don't even have. Even visualizing the thinking of on a pedestal. Just imagine meeting and communicating with them, human being to human being, communicating heart to heart. That doesn't happen when they're up on a pedestal, because if you visualize that, it's like you're seeing them up here on that pedestal, which means you're seeing yourself down here. Do you get that? So you can see even energetically what that does. So it's like they're towering over you. They're bigger than life, and they're not bigger than life. They're just making more, or they're a little bit different from you. But we all have our gifts and talents and our genius, and you can help them, okay? And by the way, many of them never asked to be put up on that pedestal. They never asked. That's what we do with our own projections that creates that. And so if you try to communicate with them from that perspective of being on a pedestal while you're down here on the floor and they're looming over you, of course it's going to feel awkward. It's going to feel forced, and you're going to feel small. But yet you've done this to yourself, okay? I hope you guys are getting this. I'm going to stop for a second and see if I can figure out where to see the comments that are coming in. Let me see. That didn't work. Okay, let me put it over here. Goodness me. All right. I'm still using this new countdown timer, and I haven't quite figured out where everything goes once that happens. Here we go. This is what I have to remember right here, to click on the chat. Hey, Cher. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. One of the things we definitely want to do, and that is to give credit where credit is due. But this unbalanced power dynamic between you and them creates the issue, and you are the one creating the issue, not them. It's like we immediately create this inferior, superior relationship between the two of us, right? And when that's happening on your side, when that is happening, they can't genuinely connect with you because it's clear that you're not viewing yourself and them on the same playing field, right? You're not able to see them or hear the real person because you're not seeing them as a normal human being in all their glory and all their imperfections. And that's extremely difficult for anyone to try to live up to. And they just want to connect with others at the same level from heart to heart. And especially if they're interested in working with you, they have been out in the spotlight, many of them. What they want to do is be able to get what I'm going to call down and dirty, but what I really mean is to get real and to really be able to connect with you at a level that they can't with most people, right? And so what gets created instead of a real connection is this uncomfortable separation because they're not being seen and heard for who they really are, right? And then what are we doing to ourselves? We're creating this feeling of not good enough or low self-worth, which is a surefire way to hold yourself back from success in your business and in your life, for sure. And it holds you back from stepping out of your comfort zone. And what you will hear me a lot talking about, we need to get out of our comfort zone. Being out of your comfort zone and being out of alignment is two different things. You can be totally in alignment with source, with everything that you're being called to, and it will still feel uncomfortable out of your comfort zone because you are now stepping into something fresh and new. This is how we grow and expand. And then that becomes your new normal comfort zone. I've talked about this a lot. I'll probably talk about it more as we go along. But this is something that you've got to be willing to do. Step out of your comfort zone because this is holding you back from listening to your own inner guidance because you've created a story that isn't even true. It's easy to forget that they have their own challenges. They have their struggles in life just like we do. They are not perfect. And so it's important that when you see someone who has created a lot of success in their life, that you just keep remembering they are also human beings, right? And when you can do that and see them as a fellow human being who has an issue that you can help them with or some challenge, oh my gosh, they feel so seen and so heard, and they feel that connection to you. And now you're both on the same playing field. And it's a lot easier for you to embrace your value and worth when that is where you stand. So you want to create a safe space for these folks to just be themselves, warts and all, problems and worries and anxieties and all, and to be able to stand in their authenticity and to form a real connection with them and allow them to be messy, allow them to learn and to grow without projecting your own judgments on them. And when you can see what you do is valuable to others, regardless of where they are in life. And remember, we're all doing the best we can with who we are and what we know. So are they. And what you know and your experience is what they are looking to you for, because it's something they don't have, which is something that I learned that day in San Diego. I remember the guy who had invited me down to the meeting, he pulled me aside that day after the meeting had been going for a while. And he said, "Are you okay?" Because I was just being so quiet because I had this, this opulence and these people on a pedestal. And I all of a sudden was quiet, which was the opposite of his experience with me when we were working one-on-one together, which is why he invited me to come down to work with his group. And I just told the truth. I just told him how I felt I was out of my league here. And I'm telling you, he was so amazing. He was so amazing. And he helped me to see that for all the dressings that I was seeing with these folks here, they were struggling in an area I could help them in, which is why he brought me down there. He saw the value of what I had and he saw I could help them. And it had nothing to do with money or status or talent. And so as I started to connect with them personally, what I discovered was exactly what I'm sharing with you right now. They're just human beings. And they're looking for that connection and that support in areas where they didn't have it. And we met on the same level field, heart to heart. So what I have learned is everything is relative, guys. Everything is relative, whether you're making $10,000 or $10 million. You've got fears about having enough. You've got fears about losing it. You've got issues with relationships. You've got fears about fitting in. We're all human beings doing the best we can. And guess what? They have the same. They have the same. And so we all have value to bring to the table right where you stand right now, whether you've been in business for a while or if you're just starting your business. Oh my gosh, especially those of you who are just starting your business. I want to get my hands on you because I know there's all these gremlins that come up. Yeah, but I call that Bertha Butt and the Butt sisters, right? It's like, no, you have gifts and talents. You have your own genius. Just because you're just starting your business doesn't mean you don't have something to bring to the table to high-end clients, right? I want you to get this. I have worked with a world-renowned author who was dealing with overwhelm and a calendar that had him traveling and speaking all of them except for 4 weeks out of the year. That is crazy. 4 weeks out of the year. And so he wasn't being able to be with his family. That was causing issues with his relationships. And on top of dealing with this feeling that everybody just wanted a piece of him. It's like, everybody just wants a piece of me. And on top of that, he was trying to take care of an alcoholic relative. Now, I'm not a world-renowned author. I don't have 50 million followers. I don't have $50 million in the bank. But I did have what he needed to help him understand the power of energy alignment and inner guidance and being willing to set boundaries for himself and to put himself first. Self-firstness, I teach. People say, oh, but that's being so selfish. No, it's not. This is called self-firstness. Helped him do that so that he had something to give to others. So whatever your gifts and talents are, you just need to be loud and proud of what you have to offer. And unfortunately, what I see is a lot of coaches and a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs hold themselves back and they stand behind this excuse. They need one more credential so that they can feel worthy. One more, unfortunately, low-paying client before they can raise their prices. Or worse, they need one more free client to practice on. No, you don't. You do not. All right? Hear me, hear me. You do not need another credential. You do not need another low-paying client. You do not need to be offering your stuff for free. Now, do I give things away for free? Of course I do. I've got an upcoming 5 days. It actually is going to be 9 days. I am going to be giving. But I'm not taking clients on for free. My programs are an investment, okay? And man, do you get more value out of that than what you invest, okay? So there's a difference in that and the energy of, but I can't do that, so I need to give it away for free. Or I need one more credential so I can qualify to raise my fees, right? No, you don't. All right. Or it can be some of them feel like they need to be an expert in a lot of different areas, or they don't qualify to work with a client. Or even worse, they feel they need to be qualified in the area that their client is an expert in. You don't. That's not even possible. How could we? You just need to know your area of expertise, okay? Because that is what your clients are attracted to you for. Do you get this? They don't need you to be an expert in what they are an expert in. They're an expert in that. They need you to be the expert that you can bring to the table to help them where they are not the expert. Does that make sense? Man, I hope so. All right. So when I was going through my coach's training, the first 3 days of the training, the very first 3 days, and the way that I got my certification through Coaches Training Institute, love them. Anyway, so they had these 3 days, 3 really power-packed days every time they did a training, okay? And this was the first training, the first 3 days of the training, and they required you to find someone to do live coaching with on Saturday night of the Friday, Saturday, Sunday training. So the first 3 days ever of my training, a month before, I had not even heard of coaching. I didn't even know this universe existed. And here I was being expected 2 days into my first weekend of training to coach someone live. All right, guys, I am here to tell you, I was terrible. I was so bad. I was really, really bad. And I didn't feel like I knew what I was doing because I didn't. I just kept thinking, how can I be of value here? Because I didn't feel like I was being of value. And I was worried about what I looked like and what these people were thinking. And by the end of that session, I felt so bad. I felt so bad. I actually apologized to the person I was coaching. I apologized to her for the session. I was going, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so new at this. And what she said to me, oh my gosh, she said, how dare you devalue what I just received from this session? Oh my God. So another thing I will share with you right now, which I then took from that, when in doubt, focus out. Where was I? It was all about me. What do I look like? I don't know what I'm doing, what she might be thinking. When in doubt, focus out. Focus out. Always be over there with your client. Get the focus off yourself. You never, ever know what kind of value that you are providing for someone. Just because she was better at me at a lot of things, and even though I was a newbie, only 2 days into the first weekend training of coaching, I had been of value to her. So we have to get into our hearts. We have to be committed to serve. Not the successful author, not the celebrity actress, not the CEO of a billion-dollar company, or whoever else you might work with as a high-end client that doesn't necessarily even be celebrity. But we have to get into our hearts and we have to be committed to serve the human being. Make sense? It's the human being, heart to heart. Claiming your gifts and talents, regardless of where you are in your business today, claim it now. Regardless of your income level, your gifts and talents are not measured by your business success or your income level, and it's not measured by the level of celebrity. Your gifts and talents, they come from the core of who you are. They come from your past experiences. They come from your passions. They come from your desires. They come from who you are at the soul level. And you are here to provide that to other souls. Make sense? Including, and frankly, especially those who are high-end clients who understand value. They see the value of what you have to offer. They are willing and eager to invest with you for the value of what you have to offer and appreciate it. Those are the types of clients you want. And you may as well start out in the first of your business, at the start of your business, looking at those clients rather than practicing. Does this make sense? Man, I hope so. I hope so. And I know in my heart of hearts is that if you can be offering your services and your programs at a much higher level than you probably are right now, and for a lot more than what you're probably charging right now, regardless of your area of expertise. Now, I get a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs who come to me saying, I can't charge much for what I offer because it's not what I work on is not about making money. Another story, people. It's a story. It's not true. When I first got started coaching in business, I started in the coaching business, not coaching in business. Well, it was, but I was only working with people around law of attraction. That was my thing. I had come out of the software company. I'd had the most transformational turning point in my life where it came to applying law of attraction in that business. And my thing was, oh my God, people need to know this. And so when I got into coaching, this was it. I just wanted to share about law of attraction. And this was in 1998, 1999. So this was before the law of attraction had gone really mainstream. But that was not about money. Now, I started helping people how to apply it in their life, in their health, in their relationships, in whatever issues they had. Sometimes it was about money. Sometimes it was just about feeling better than they've been able to feel for a long time. All right. And that took me to just under $300,000 in my business. That was before I got into business, right? The business coaching side. So I just wanted you to know that, because I want you to understand that if you have a story that you can't, that you're the exception to the rule, I am telling you that's what it is. It's a story. And if you are holding that story, you come talk to me, because I will undo that story out of you, all right? So no matter where you are with what you're charging for your programs, just know there's always another level of limiting beliefs to break through, okay? Always. And everything is relative. Everything is relative. Whether I'm working with clients to get them to their first 50,000 or their first 100,000 or to break through to 7 figures, it's all relative, all right? There's always another ceiling of belief to break through. This is where we get out of our comfort zones. And then we find out that what we questioned actually can happen, and it's true. And then you feel comfortable there. So when you embrace your gifts and your talents, then the next step, of course, is to master the mindset, the energy alignment that's needed while integrating the practical strategies in your business that are aligned with your spirit and values. Okay. When you can do that, embrace those gifts and talents, integrate that with the practical strategies that work for you, you become a superstar. So, number one, understand we are all imperfect human beings. We are doing the best we can. There are many high-end clients who will be attracted to you because of your gifts and your talents and your ability to help them in an area they can't help themselves. So, remove all the pedestals that you might be holding people on. Just let them go, demolish those pedestals, embrace the fact you are as valuable and as precious and as necessary as the next person, regardless of their status in life, right? That's number one. Number two, forget about getting one more freaking credential or certificate, all right? Invest in the proven business strategies that align with your spirit and values so that you can grow a successful business and a successful, enlightened business that lights up your soul. Invest in that. Invest in that so that you can get positioned, get clear on your message, get clear on those high-end clients you want to work with, and then be seen as the authority in your market. Number three, stop trying to be all things to all people. It's another thing I see coaches and spiritual entrepreneurs try to do. Claim your space with those who value what you offer and are willing to pay you handsomely for it. Because when you see the value of what you offer and you charge accordingly, others will see it too. But if you don't, they won't. Mindset. Right? So that's number three. Stop trying to be all things to all people, but claim your space and be loud and proud of the gifts and the talents and your genius. Number four, master your money mindset. Oh my goodness. So in the Enlightened Business Success Academy, of course, we teach you all the practical business strategies that are working today, but we also talk about mindset, money mindset, energy alignment, inner guidance. You have to have all of that. Those are the top priority, because if those aren't in place, then all the business strategy is going to fall by the wayside because you're going to let them go, procrastinate, you will self-sabotage, right? So those are the things that you want to make sure is your top priority, because if you don't, all the practical strategies in the world won't work for you. And then you'll say, but I need one more course, or I need one more certificate, or I need one more, name your whatever that is, right? But you don't. And when you finally get this is when your confidence level goes through the roof. And with that, success follows. Success follows. And then you can just relax into the knowing that your divine market of high-end clients who have issues and challenges that you can help them resolve, you can feel good about that. You can feel solid in who you're here to help, and to get them to the next level that they want to get to, that they can't without your help in your area of expertise. So always remember, it's about creating relationship. It's about connection. It's about meeting folks where they are as human beings, heart to heart, not up on a pedestal, but right here at eye level with you, where you're using your gifts and your talents that they value. But you've got to value them first. And I'm telling you, when you see the value in what you offer, then they can see it too. All right. And in the upcoming 5-day Attracting High-End Clients workshop, oh my gosh, we are going to be diving into this more deeply. We're going to walk you through the entire formula I have used to scale my business and attract the right high-end clients that you have in your market, whether you know it yet or not. I would love to have you come and join us. This is where you're going to discover the necessary mindset, the proven strategies that are working today, so that you can position yourself and start to attract those high-end clients who are eager to invest in you and your premium programs and services, even in crazy, unprecedented times like we're in. And what you'll find is that high-end clients have a different mindset for what they invest in, when they invest, and why. And times like these, rather than seeing these times as a setback, they look for the opportunities to do something and get better. They look for the opportunities and they understand these are the times extra support is going to serve them well, because they know it's going to help them to continue to succeed in the long run, whether that's around their health, their personal development, their personal selves, or their businesses. It doesn't matter. You name the topic, your topic, name your topic. They will see the value in investing in that. Okay. So I hope you will come join us for this upcoming Attracting High-End Clients workshop. It's bigger and better than ever before. We always do lots of fanfare, lots of course, contests and things like that, because those are ways to make it fun and help you lock in the value that I'm teaching. And it's for those of you who are ready to shake up the status quo, to create a new normal for yourselves, and to position yourself at the top of your market. So I will be teaching you how to leverage premium offers to the right audience of high-end clients so that you can scale your business. You can combine your zone of genius with authentic relationship marketing. So if you have not joined us yet, please go over to attractinghighendclients.com. This is my plug for the day, attractinghighendclients.com, and get registered. We always kick off the workshop a week or so before with a lot of pre-workshop festivities right here in the Successful Spiritual Entrepreneur Facebook group. So come on down and join us. It's absolutely free. I just want to be able to support you fully, 1,000%. You come to me with your 100%, I'll give you my 1,000%, and we will get you positioned to attract those high-end clients that are in your market and who are looking for someone exactly like you. Okay, so I will see you there. Big, big heart hugs. Lots of love. Bye for now.